we have children, we feel very happy because it's a new phase of life that we enter into. It's our parenting journey, which we all are absolutely untrained, inexperienced when we start out as parents. However, just as everything else, like when you buy a new phone or you get into a new relationship, everything has a novelty value, which ultimately wears out. And once it wears out, you get too bored of it. And then you want to try to find ways around escaping the sameness. And this is exactly what's happening with our children today. We as parents feel extreme joy and happiness to share our children's photos and moments on social media until they are 1, 2, or 3-year-old, or in certain situations, a little beyond that. But when it comes to taking responsibility, taking parental responsibility of safeguarding their well-being in this digital era, unfortunately, we often don't do the thing which we should do. We let out a phone in a child's hand and let them explore. And thereby, we are giving them the keys to hell. Absolutely. I have always been against giving phones or iPads to children, especially allowing them to watch what they want to watch. Now imagine when you were little, when you were young, did you have these phones, these computers, these TV and television and all of that? How did you grow up? How did you find ways to keep yourselves entertained? You used to do pottery, used to read books, do paintings, do coloring. We did all sorts of things. And don't tell me that you're not proud of yourself because the way you are. And I can guarantee you are proud of yourself. That's why you're watching it, because you care for your kids. You, without knowing, have done something which you're trying to come out of. And that's why I'm going to be your guide. I care for you and I care for all the children in the world who have been left to their own devices by just keeping their mouths shut, by giving them a phone, letting them watch YouTube shorts and Facebook reels for hours, which is killing their imagination dead, slaughtering their creativity, and absolutely messing up their childhood. And we parents got to stop this now. Now is the time. We have to stop it at once. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very hard for the first 1 week. But believe me, after that, it's not going to be a bother. Anything when you do in the beginning is hard. But once you've done it, once you have been used to getting off that dependency, getting off that crutch, you will not even notice the difference. You will not even think that it ever existed. And I can guarantee you will be a better parent. Your children will learn to entertain themselves and be creative because they are getting. In this video, I'm going to discuss with you 4 very simple, inexpensive ways of keeping your children occupied and entertained while sparking their imagination and creativity all throughout, without the tantrums. Of course, in the beginning, there will be hitting, there will be kicking, there will be tantrums, but we got to put up with it because ultimately you're here watching me because you want the benefit of your child. So if you do want that, then I can guarantee you I've been in the same place and I have won it. And regardless of any mental health condition or special needs, this is applicable for every child in the world if the parent is ready to take on the challenge, if the parent is ready to be committed to what the 4 ideas. The first idea is sensory treat. Children love sensory treat. You will notice how my kids, for hours, they keep playing with Play-Doh and slime. So invest in a Play-Doh, a whole set of Play-Doh with different colors, which they can mix. They can make things out of that. Buy a whole Play-Doh stencil or Play-Doh kit where they have scissors and rolling pins where they can actually imitate all the things that you do. Scissors, knife, the Play-Doh set should contain everything basically what you can ever think of. When they start getting used to using that Play-Doh kit, they will not even understand that how the time, at least 1 hour, passes by while children keep playing. Of course, it will be easier if there's 2 children playing together, 2 or more children. It will be slightly harder if you've got 1 child, because in that case, you will have to volunteer and participate with the child. However, you got to take the step. If you have got siblings, then that's a blessing. And then the journey will be a lot easier. The second tip is slime. Oh boy, oh boy. Children absolutely love slime. All sorts of slime. You can ask for semi-liquid ones, the gooey ones, all sorts of slime they absolutely love. And you can get the ones which are slightly bit more harder, and you get little sequins and little decorative things out of it, which they can keep putting, taking off, playing with it, mushing it up and then breaking it up, joining it together. And that's creativity for hours. You would say, what are the children learning out of that? Well, they are learning about textures. They're learning to regulate themselves without being overstimulated, overfed by digital junk. And after all, you're not selling your child's future and your child's precious time to those digital giants, to those infomedia companies whose prime goal is to take away your child's time from their own childhood and keep them on the platform as long as they possibly can. But you got to take the step to break this habit. And I'm going to be there with you all throughout to guide you through, because that's my mission, to create a world where children will be only given content which is relevant to them, and will certainly not be given the access to a whole new plethora of things which can have a damaging effect on their growing brain. Magnetic tiles. These are an absolute favorite from 1-year-old till 7 or 8-year-old, even beyond. Children absolutely love building. They are creative. When you buy them a set of magnet tiles, in Indian currency, it would cost you about maybe 2,000 rupees. In British currency, it would come up to like 26, 30 pound maybe a set, but you've got to buy multiple sets of them. And they're kind of indestructible. You drop them, you smash them, they never go bad. But they can build for hours. They stick together. They never break. And they can build it up to the tallest height, or maybe bigger and broader, and a whole set of blocks. Whatever they want, they can do with it. And you can feel guilt-free as a parent that you are not letting them watch for hours, because that's exactly what I felt when I was letting them sit on the lounge and watch for hours. Although educational content, but as soon as I would turn off the telly, they would lash out. They would throw the remotes. They would start asking for more. So you got to take the step to control them as soon as you possibly can. Last is gardening. Nature has so many therapeutic benefits for all children, which is completely underestimated. I totally believe in natural therapies and the earth connection. So take off your children's shoes and socks and let them run around in the garden. Of course, at your own risk, make sure there is no pricky bits in there. But they need that earth connection. What have we seen since our childhood? We have seen children running bare feet across the fields, getting muddy, dirty, dusty, coming home all tired and having a good sleep at night. Why can't we give that to our children? Why do we have to feed them the digital junk and create other problems like obesity, mental health illness, eye problem, too much eating and watching and nibbling on cakes and chocolates and crisps and all of that? There's no need for all that. We as parents have the responsibility to let them grow up in a as unplugged, as natural way as they possibly can. And we have to take the step forward first by unplugging ourselves, not being all the time on the social media. I'm going to help you, going to do that videos over the series, how to stop your phone addiction. Of course, you will use it intentionally, you will use it purposefully if you want to do something, but certainly not to kill your boredom, because you're not understanding how your brain is getting addicted constantly. And finally, the more you give digital and iPads and phones to children, they will become desensitized with the human emotions. They will not connect with you anymore. They are not going to bond with you. They will want ways to keep themselves engaged. No more they will have the subtle feelings of lovingness, of compassion. They wouldn't want to read the books. So why can't we take a pledge to stop it now? And I hope I can help you. And if you think I have been able to help you, then do not forget to see the different other ways how you could help your children by going outdoors. I'll see you soon with another one.